Entertainment world was thrown into chaos and heartbreak after the shocking news of Yulong's tragic car accident surfaced earlier today. The beloved actor, known for his charm, humility, and breathtaking performances, was involved in a violent crash on a rain-soaked road just outside Shanghai. According to eyewitnesses, Yulong's black sedan swerved suddenly to avoid an oncoming vehicle, losing control and colliding with a roadside barrier. Within moments, emergency responders rushed to the scene, pulling the unconscious actor from the mangled car as flashing lights and sirens echoed through the stormy night. Fans who witnessed the terrifying scene shared shaky footage online, sparking an immediate wave of panic and prayers across social media. But perhaps the most emotional part of this breaking story was not the accident itself, but the reaction of one woman who once held Yulong's heart, Yang Mei Mei. As news of the crash spread, the actress, who had once been Yulong's fiancé and his greatest love, was seen arriving at St. Regis General Hospital just before dawn, her face streaked with tears. Dressed simply, her eyes red and swollen, she pushed through the swarm of reporters, ignoring flashing cameras as she cried out, "Where is he? Please tell me he's alive." For millions of fans who have followed their story, this moment felt almost unreal, like watching the most heartbreaking scene from one of their own dramas come to life. Yulong and Yang Mei Mei were once the industry's golden couple, adored for their effortless chemistry both on-screen and off. Their love story began years ago on the set of Whispers of the Rain, where they played two wounded souls who found comfort in each other. The chemistry was undeniable, and before long, fiction became reality. They were inseparable. Their eyes spoke volumes at award shows, their laughter echoed in interviews, and their bond inspired millions to believe in real love. But just when the world thought they were heading toward marriage, everything fell apart. Rumors of jealousy and betrayal began circulating, and in what seemed like the blink of an eye, they went from lovers to strangers. Yang Mei Mei's brief breakup post shattered hearts across the internet. Sometimes love means letting go. I wish him peace and healing. It was elegant, poetic, and final. Or so everyone thought. Until last night. After a long filming day, Yulong reportedly refused his manager's offer to drive him home, insisting he could manage the short trip alone. It was raining heavily, and visibility was poor. The crash occurred at 12:46 a.m. The impact was so severe that witnesses say they feared the worst. Paramedics fought to stabilize him before rushing him to the emergency ward. By the time the news broke online, hashtags like #PrayForYulong and #StayStrongYulong were already trending globally. When Yang Mei Mei heard what had happened, she was attending a charity event in Beijing. An assistant whispered the news into her ear, and those nearby saw her face turn completely pale. Without saying a word, she left the stage, rushed to the airport, and caught the earliest flight to Shanghai. Cameras captured her arrival at the hospital, drenched in tears and visibly trembling. "She looked like her world had collapsed," said a nurse who witnessed her arrival. She didn't care about reporters or cameras. She just wanted to see him. Doctors allowed her to see him briefly, and what followed was a moment that no fan will ever forget. Inside the quiet hospital room, Yulong lay unconscious, his face pale, his body wrapped in bandages, machines softly beeping beside him. Yang Mei Mei fell to her knees beside the bed, gripping his hand tightly as tears streamed down her cheeks. "You promised you wouldn't leave me," she whispered, her voice cracking with emotion. "Please wake up, Yulong." That moment spread like wildfire across the internet. Fans wept. Celebrities posted prayers. Even those who once doubted their love were silenced by the raw emotion of that image, a woman still in love, refusing to let go. Hours later, Yang Mei Mei broke her silence online. She posted a photo of herself holding Yulong's hand with a caption that shattered hearts around the world. "I lost you once because of pride. I won't lose you again because of silence. Please come back." Within minutes, the post went viral, gathering millions of reactions, comments, and tears from fans who couldn't stop replaying the story in their minds. As the day unfolded, the hospital released an official statement confirming that Yulong was in critical condition but stable. "The next 48 hours will be crucial," doctors announced, urging privacy as they worked around the clock to save his life. Fans camped outside the hospital with candles and posters, singing songs from Whispers of the Rain in a heartbreaking vigil of love and hope. The world watched and waited. Then, just when everyone feared the worst, a miracle happened. Early this morning, Yulong opened his eyes. Weak and disoriented, he turned his head slightly, and his gaze fell on Yang Mei Mei, who had been sitting beside him all night, refusing to leave his side. Her tears fell freely as he whispered the words that no one will ever forget. "You came back." Those 3 words sent shockwaves across the world. Social media exploded. Fans cried. Hashtags like #YulongAwake and #MeilongForever dominated every platform. Yang Mei Mei, overcome with emotion, leaned forward and whispered back softly, "I never stopped loving you." It was as if time itself had paused, as though destiny had finally rewritten their story in the language of redemption. Now, as Yulong continues to recover, insiders reveal that Yang Mei Mei has canceled all her projects to stay by his side. Nurses say she has barely slept, spending every waking moment praying, caring, and holding his hand. One source even claimed that Yulong had been carrying a small velvet box in his car, a ring, possibly meant for her. Was he planning to propose before the crash? No one knows for sure. But fans believe fate stepped in to remind them both that love, no matter how broken, can still heal. Outside the hospital, fans continue to gather each night, lighting candles and singing songs of love and hope. Yang Mei Mei has stepped out once to thank them personally, her voice soft but steady. "He's fighting. Please keep praying for him. Love always finds a way." Her words have become the heartbeat of this story, a phrase repeated endlessly across the internet, a symbol of devotion and faith that love can survive even the darkest storms. Yulong's accident may have broken bones, but it rebuilt something far more powerful, the bridge between 2 hearts that once drifted apart. Their story, once thought to have ended in silence, has been reborn through tragedy and forgiveness. And now, as he fights his way back to life, one thing is certain. When Yulong walks again, Yang Mei Mei will be there beside him, just as she always was. The story that began with tragedy has now turned into one of the most emotional and powerful comebacks the entertainment world has ever seen. Days after the horrifying accident that left Yulong fighting for his life, hope has begun to blossom inside the cold walls of St. Regis General Hospital. But it's not just his miraculous recovery that has captured the world's attention. It's the unbreakable devotion of Yang Mei Mei, the woman who refused to leave his side when everyone else thought he wouldn't make it. Sources inside the hospital have confirmed that Yulong's condition has improved significantly. Though weak and frail, he has regained full consciousness and has been responding well to treatment. His first words, directed at Mei Mei, "You came back," have become the most shared phrase on social media, turning into a global symbol of faith, loyalty, and undying love. But what the world didn't know was what happened next behind closed doors, away from cameras and flashing lights. In the quiet of the hospital room, Mei Mei reportedly stayed by his side all night, reading softly to him, talking about the past, and whispering memories only the 2 of them shared. A nurse described the scene as something out of a movie, like watching 2 souls rediscover each other after being lost for years. Every touch, every tear, every heartbeat between them spoke of a love that time and pain could never erase. The once broken couple now seems inseparable. Yulong, though still recovering from multiple fractures, reportedly insists on seeing Mei Mei the moment he wakes up each morning. The hospital staff even confirmed that his pulse rate steadies whenever she enters the room, as if her presence alone is healing him faster than any medicine could. "It's like his body recognizes her before his mind does," said one doctor, smiling. "She's his therapy." And while fans across Asia continue to camp outside the hospital, holding candles, banners, and love notes, something even more emotional has happened online. Yang Mei Mei posted a new message that sent the entire internet into tears. "You don't need to be perfect for me to love you. You just need to stay alive. That's all I want." The post shattered records, over 25 million interactions within hours. It became the most retweeted message in China that day, flooding timelines with comments like, "This is real love," "She's an angel," and "This is what loyalty looks like." Even international media outlets picked up the story, calling it the love story that brought a nation to tears. But beyond the headlines and hashtags, something deeper seems to be unfolding. Close friends of the couple have hinted that Yulong's accident may have changed both of them forever. One insider revealed they used to argue about everything: fame, schedules, who loved more, who sacrificed more. But now none of that matters. He almost died, and she almost lost him. Now it's just love. Pure, quiet, unconditional love. Rumors are swirling that Yang Mei Mei has made a solemn promise that once Yulong is strong enough to leave the hospital, she plans to step away from acting temporarily to care for him full-time. Some sources even claim she told him softly during one of their private moments, "When you heal, I'll be here waiting, not as your co-star, but as the woman who never stopped loving you." Fans have already dubbed it the Meilong miracle, a story of redemption, healing, and second chances that has reignited hope in hearts everywhere. News outlets across Asia are calling it the rebirth of real love in an industry filled with illusion. Meanwhile, hospital insiders say Yulong's recovery is progressing faster than expected, something his doctors describe as beyond medical explanation. Many believe that Mei Mei's unwavering presence is the secret behind his strength. She feeds him, reads to him, laughs with him, and sometimes just sits in silence, holding his hand, her very existence now a medicine for his soul. And while the world watches, something else seems to be in motion. Earlier today, a member of Yulong's management team hinted that the actor had been preparing a surprise before the crash, a private event that fans now believe was a planned proposal. Though his car was destroyed, one small detail survived: a velvet box recovered from the wreck, containing a simple but elegant diamond ring. When asked about it, Mei Mei reportedly smiled through tears and said, "Maybe fate wanted to remind us that love doesn't wait forever." The internet exploded again with speculation. Was Yulong truly on his way to propose before the accident? Was this fate's cruel but poetic way of reuniting them? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is clear: the bond they share has returned stronger than ever. As the couple story continues to dominate headlines, fans from around the world have united in what has become one of the largest online campaigns of love and hope ever seen. Thousands of messages pour in daily from all corners of the globe, filled with encouragement, artwork, songs, and heartfelt letters. "You've shown us what true love looks like," one fan wrote. "In a world of scandals and fakes, you too are real." And now, as Yulong prepares for the long road to recovery, the question everyone is asking is, what's next? Will the two finally rekindle their relationship publicly? Will they announce their engagement once he fully heals? Or will they choose to keep their love private, away from the flashing lights that once tore them apart? For now, they remain silent on the future, focusing on healing and rediscovering what was lost. But those who have witnessed their reunion believe it's only a matter of time before the world hears the news they've all been waiting for. Because sometimes, love doesn't need grand gestures or perfect endings. It just needs two hearts that refuse to give up on each other. And that's exactly what Yulong and Yang Mei Mei are showing the world. That love can fall, but it can also rise stronger than before. Sparkling heart if this story moved you to tears, if you believe in second chances, if you want to keep following the incredible real-life drama of Yulong and Yang Mei Mei, then now is your time. Subscribe to K-Drama Spark, your #1 destination for emotional celebrity stories, heartwarming reunions, and breaking updates from the world of love and fame. Glowing Star, join our growing community of K-drama lovers who live for stories that touch the soul. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Comment below with your thoughts, prayers, and love for Yulong and Mei Mei, and let's keep their story alive.